everyone, welcome back to another episode with me, Dr. Nokia, and in today's video we're going to celebrate one of the best devices ever created under Nokia. So I'm sure all of us are familiar with the Nokia X35G. This is the latest and greatest offering by HMD Global, and it is claimed to have the best POV setup on a Nokia device, which is pretty true. Now, how did all this started? So 10 years ago, the world's first pure view device with optical image stabilization was launched. This is the Lumia 920, and in today's video we're going to take a look into what made the Lumia 920 the world's most innovative phone. So this is the Nokia Lumia 920. This device was launched 10 years ago. It has a lot of features that makes it stand out compared to its competition. I'm going to share a couple of them today and why this device is also known as the world's most innovative device. Now, before we get into that, let's talk a bit about the Lumia series. So, after the demise of the Symbian platform, Nokia went into collaboration with Microsoft to introduce the Lumia series. So, the Lumia series were something that Nokia and Microsoft had deep integration with, so both the operating system and the hardware evolved together. And I really like how Nokia had a lot of R&D, a lot of innovation under the Lumia series. So, the Lumia 920 here, as you can see, comes with this beautiful glossy red color. Now, this is what makes the Nokia devices interesting back in the days. Nokia didn't shy away from experimenting on new colors, new design language, new materials, something that the competition simply has lack of interest in back in the days. So you can hold this device anywhere and people instantly recognize this as a Nokia device. Now, if you're familiar with the Nokia N9's design, this is the beautiful Fabular design, which also evolved beautifully with the Lumia series. This is one of the best or the most optimal design that I feel for a mobile device. It gives you a beautiful grip, satisfaction in the hand, and even the choice of material. This is made of polycarbonate, a fancy name for plastic, but this is not an ordinary plastic made device. This polycarbonate is treated differently. Each layer of the polycarbonate is sit with the colors, so even if you've got minor scratches or whatnot, it still retains the colors outside, so giving you a beautiful aesthetic appearance on the device even though it has been used for many years, as you can see on this device here. Now, if you were to see the back plate, which houses the Nokia branding and the information on the call size, even the buttons at the side, this is made of a material called zirconium. Zirconium is the second hardest element, if I'm not mistaken, and this metal is the one that is being used to shine diamonds. So this is a very durable material. It doesn't get scratches, you don't get any rust or anything, and you do have some fingerprint smudges in the back, but you don't have scratches at all. So the choice of material on the Lumia itself is very premium. This is a SIM card slot. The Nokia Lumia 920 comes with a 32 GB storage, which is non-expandable. I think it is pretty decent back in the days. Of course, you got option to upload into SkyDrive back in the days, which was the name for OneDrive previously. You got a 3.5mm head jack. You've got a micro USB charging at the bottom, along with the bottom firing speaker. So if you were to see the buttons here, you've got three buttons on the right hand side of the device. You've got a volume rocker, you've got a power button, and you've got a two-stage dedicated camera button, which you can simply launch the camera by a single click of the button here. So it brings you to the camera interface. This is two-stage button. You just half press it to lock and then continue to snap the images that you want. Now, the device comes with a beautiful 4.5-inch display. This is an IPS display with Nokia Clear Black proprietary display technology, which gives you a deeper black as well as maintains the readability under intense sunlight. So this device is protected with Gorilla Glass display protection, and one thing that is unique about this device is that this is the world's first device to use a faster refresh rate at 60 Hz. So this is the world's first device to use a faster refresh rate screen, which has pioneered into what we have now. Now, on the back, this camera is an 8.7 megapixel pure view setup. This is the world's first pure view camera, or the world's first camera for that matter, to use optical image stabilization. Now, of course, the optical image stabilization has evolved. These days we have electronic stabilization, and optical image stabilization is slowly making a comeback, especially in the form of a more radical terms of stabilization, and even have gimbal stabilization these days. So Nokia X30, for example, is using optical image stabilization on its primary sensor here. Now, this is a pure view setup. A lot of beautiful images was captured with this camera. A lot of them were beautiful memories,
and I'll share with you towards the end. Now, the other thing that the Lumia 920 introduced to the world is the wireless charging capability. So this device has Qi wireless charging capability, world's first phone to use them. Now, only a handful of Nokia devices these days have this, namely the Nokia 9 PureView, the XR20 and the Nokia 8 Sirocco. So you can see how the Nokia Lumia 920 has a lot of new features that were introduced with it, which is still relevant to these days. And some of these features are from the Symbian series and even the Nokia 9 and 9. You can see the always on display, which gives you a lot of information. You got double tap to wake here to simply wake up your phone and see the information that you need. So a couple of other things that I really like on the Windows operating system is the way the Nokia differentiate themselves from other Windows devices back in the days. So a lot of Lumia camera-centric apps were available back in the days. So I'll just even show some of them here. These are some of the apps that makes the camera experience different, something which was not offered by the competition back in the days. So you can simply just launch the camera with a click of this button here, and it brings you to the camera. You can choose to shoot in the Pro mode by just swiping it. This is one of the camera app, which is the smart sequence capture. It captures a few sequences, stitch them together. You can also have other options here. Let me just show it to you. Refocus, Cinematograph, Selfie, Panorama, all these are camera-centric apps which makes the camera experience beautiful. Now, another thing that I really enjoyed is the way the maps is. So this features Here Maps. So Here Maps is an offline maps currently bought by a consortium of, I think, Merce and BMW, if I'm not mistaken. So it shows you offline information. So wherever you want to be, it shows you there. And one thing I really like is the way they use augmented reality into the map system. For example, Here City Lens. Of course, you need to be connected to the net to use the Here City Lens, but basically what it does is that if you were to click on it, it will open up the maps and it will show you real-time images of where each of these options are located, how far are they, and the information related to them just by the map system itself, which is really beautiful, really intuitive design. So the Lumia 920 for me is a really wholesome device. This is in fact my first Microsoft phone device to begin with, the modern Microsoft device. Of course, I've had experience with Windows 6.5 with the Samsung Omnia series, but this is the first modern Microsoft Windows operating device on a Nokia device that I own, and it has a lot of beautiful memories, and I think that this is really the world's most innovative design phone. So with that said, I do hope you enjoyed this simple brief presentation. If you have Lumia 920 or you had Lumia 920, do share your experience with them. I hope to see you in my next video. Do stay safe and take care, and see you in the next one.